Round of 16 kicking off. At least kicking off on the stream. Still so many games to go this week. Plenty of banger games coming up on a banger pool that's been cooked up fresh for this week. I'm sure the mappers are holding tight, seeing whether their map gets picked once all week like that poor low AR from last week. It's still quite tragic. At least we've already saw the low approach rate from this week already in like the first game we had yesterday. I don't think that was streamed though. Anyways, we're beginning on the stream with Kirby and Moi. I'm assuming it's that. Maybe it's Moi. What I do know is that Kirby is a team primarily of players from Hong Kong. A team that know each other very well. They do team up in a lot of tournaments. Whereas Team Moi is, I believe, a all-Finnish team. The losers bracket match this, so it's last chance saloon for these two teams. The first ones to step up on the stream and show off what they can do. Start us off strong, you know. It's still the same match format, still playing a best of 9 one set. This is the last weekend where we'll be seeing one set matches, I believe. I think from quarterfinals, it's going to go into best of 3 sets. Each match will be best of 7, and then 3 sets will be played. So, but this week, best of 9 one set still. Also, hopefully I shouldn't be alone, because I believe you may be getting the Don, the Monk the Don in for cast, but he might be late. I'm not sure. We might still get him in, get the Aussie factor, but we'll see. Until then, though, you're stuck with me. I'm Doomsday. And yeah, hope you're having a nice one, wherever you are. Bands kicking in, starting off with Team 2. So the text there was covering up. He has Hard Rock 3. What is that, DT2, I think? Yeah, I think that's DT2. Hard Rock 3, the small circle size map. More of a standard map this week, actually. Last week's small circle size map was a very linear 1/3 aim-based map, but the Hard Rock 3 this week is almost like a standard like Hard Rock 1, No Mod 1 style thing, except on small circles. It's gone. GT2 is the stamina GT. It's all streams all the time. 225 BPM, very streamy. The El Cheer map. And Hard Rock 3, of course, was mapped by oh god, is it? I feel like I'm pronouncing the name wrong because I'm not a Genshin gamer, you see. Is it just kecking? I'm kecking out loud, dude. First set of picks coming in. Free mod 3 for Team Moi, and then Hidden 1 gonna be the first pick from Kirby. Free mod 3 is the low approach rate free mod pick. It's the Kirby style thing, the Kirby tribute. Mapped by Yokespie, Shanghai Alice of Meiji 17. Hang on. Let me look at this. I'm gonna be corrected in chat. See, I don't know what I'm doing with this name. It's catching. All right, catching. Thank you. Wow, I was miles off. Wow, I wasn't even close. I'll trust you on that one, Chair. Quite frankly, I don't trust myself with that name. I can make a lot of kek puns, though, pronouncing it kecking. Yeah, free mod 3, low approach rate, free mod pick, CS5 AR8. Hidden 1 is... that is actually a very standard aim-heavy pick. It's a higher BPM pick, though. It's 122. I believe that's mapped double BPM, so it's 244 aim. Mapped by Deca. The Rita and Deca combination. Name a more iconic duo than that. always thought it was cooching. Ketching. Kaching. Maybe I'll just stick with kecking because it makes me keck, to be honest. I'll go with kaching. That kind of sounds right to me. I'll stick with that for now until someone in authority tells me otherwise. It is what it is. Anyway, second band's coming through. What's that? No Mod 5. That's speed. Nyan Nyan Naughty Night. Obviously the cutest song in the pool. It's full of friggin' 2010 memes. You'd love to see it. Mapped by Fisky, that is. 242 raw speed, bursty, and I guess mild aimy, but it's more about raw burst speed at 242. Banned out by Kirby. Hard Rock 2 banned by moi. That is Mochikage no Hakobune 6, which is basically a stream map for the most part in the Hard Rock pool. It's very no mod 2-ish. It's got a decent amount of aim to it and plenty of kick sliders, but it is more or less 209 BPM streams. It's also large circle size. It's CS 3.9 with Hard Rock enabled. We're not going to see it here. So double Hard Rock bans from Team moi already. Then 2 speed picks from Team Kirby. They did okay on the DT2, but it's not their strength. Or at least this clearly hasn't been the biggest strength for Team Kirby, although they should be capable on it. But they don't want to play the speed this week. Hard Rock 1, DT3, No More 2, DT1. The picks coming through thick and fast. Hard Rock 1, fairly standard Hard Rock pick. Fairly standard more or less, although it's actually a kind of slow. It's essentially low BPM, wide spacing jumps with quite a lot of wide angles. So maybe it isn't very standard actually. I'm jumping the gun there. It's not a very standard map, that. But it is more or less Hard Rock aim, mapped by Consumer of Bean. The Disturbed. Perfect Insanity, so we're going to be seeing that. Double Time 3 is the speed heavy pick. The Butao Tome. Mapped by Kaching. There's 2 maps from him in there. I'm going to have to really learn to pronounce that name properly. The No Mod 2, that's more streams. With the Hard Rock 2 ban coming out, they've picked No Mod 2. Although No Mod 2 is a lot slower, but wider spacing. In Final Revenge, Iron Attack. 185 BPM, raw streamy. A fairly comfortable No Mod 2 pick. The No Mod 2s so far have been pretty comfortable. Mapped by Aiden. Alden, sorry. What am I saying Aiden for? I can't read. You can tell I haven't been awake very long. Alden. I should know that. And DT1! And that's mapped by Impure Pug. That's the classic DT1 mapper right there. Hoshikazu no Horoscope. Hey, it's not AR7 though, it's AR 8.7. Oh dude, it's the Don. Hey, what's up, Monk? Monk's hopping in. How you doing, mate?
Yo, how's it going? Sorry I'm late. I completely gapped the time and actually just started my own stream, but I'm here. I'm excited. I'm very keen to get to match. And yeah, sorry I'm a bit late. I'm a bit rusty on the pool and whatnot, so apologies on my end for not studying that much, but yeah,
that's all
still
good.
super excited to get into this one.
Sneaking in,
not
so good.
Not sure how much of the... Okay, perfect, yep. Awesome. And this is just the first match, of course, right?
Yes, it's the first match on stream, actually. So there's been one other game, but I don't think it was on stream. It was yesterday.
Nah, do tell me if there's any issues in my voice or anything like that. The mic too loud or anything, do let me know. But should be all good.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It cuts it down, for a moment, but I think it's evened itself out now. I think you're good to go, mate. We're just chatting about the DT1 pick there. But looks like No Mod 3 just got picked. That's the alt map, I think.
Yeah, most likely going to be the alt map. Something worth pointing out is the pick and ban format of Corsace. It's one of those tournaments where you can really get your strategy sorted out well before the matches started, and it really does play a big role in these later matches when they're actually best of threes. I believe that's this week, right? Starting with the best of 3 matches, or that might be next week.
Oh, that's next week, that is. This one's still
Damn.
best of 9.
Damn.
One set.
That's right.
Oh shoot, that's not the alt map, is it? I forget they swap out, swap around the tech map and the alt map. It's No Mod 3 is the tech map this time around. So that's tech
Right.
they just picked in Vibra. The real A is tech.
If I do recall, Corsace standard is like, oh, what do? They sometimes put the hidden one is not always like a general hidden one, or DT1 is not your typical tournament slot. There is a bit of a different style in the way they pull this, but nonetheless, all the skills are tested.
Yeah, a little bit. So the main one is they swap the No Mod 3 and 4, so it's like, I guess for those that don't play too many tournaments, like No Mod 3 is usually always the alternate pick, and then No Mod 4 is the tech pick. But they've swapped it around here, and it jukes us that play too much of this game, you see. And the last pick, by the way, is apparently Free Mod 2. It didn't show up on stream there, but they went for the Fergus like breakcore Free Mod pick.
Yeah, one thing worth pointing out, of course, always the maps in Corsace are custom. So it's always super exciting to see how the maps play. If you missed the Mappools showcase, we got a bit of a showcase for you right now with this match. Me personally, I have the pleasure of playing in this tournament, so this is good for me. I haven't actually had a good look at the pool myself, so I'm excited to cast this and watch this one go down.
And getting your practice in. I'll say 2 birds,
Exactly
1
right.
stone, right?
Yeah. Having a look at some of the teams. Sorry I'm a bit late and some of this has been said, but it's worth pointing out the this Kirby team, monster team, by the way. They're so scary on paper, and some of their players have been having stellar performances just throughout these later years. MCY4, Hello Tom Lol, notably just going off, really.
Yeah, so many scary players on that team. I don't think we've seen Hello Tom Lol yet. I've casted all of the Kirby's games so far, because they're all early. They're all in the slots I take. But I don't think we've seen Hello Tom Lol yet, which is arguably the scariest player, other than maybe
exactly.
MCY4.
Yeah, I actually did watch their match last week, I believe, and I was a bit surprised to see that as well. Excited to see where the difficulty sits for this pool, because the last 2 haven't been, these other tournaments recently, they've been pushing difficulty really hard, really early. Corsace has kind of been a nice, steady, fun experience if you're, not one of these cracked out of your mind players. It's been very nice and tame.
So it feels kind of old school like that. The first round being 6 stars. You never see that in open rank tournaments. It does feel like the sort of scaling you'd see maybe a few years ago. I imagine by the time you get to like grands, it's gonna be up there like usual. But I do like the fact that the first round or 2 has been more about consistency, and then it's getting into the harder stuff this week.
Exactly, I'm all for that as well. It's one of my favorite things. Absolutely love the production and the pooling of this tournament. Certainly up there.
So the graphics just like evolve every time I hop on cast. There's always something new. Like, look at those average mod scores.
Yeah, I can't believe that. I'm not sure how much of what I see is what the street, like, I'm so sort of off the loop, but if that's actually what everyone's seeing, yeah, these graphics are fantastic, and even the animations and the artwork, it's really credit where it's due to all the people that work behind the scenes to make it look so pretty.
Oh, for sure, mate.
Having a quick skim through this map pool right now, and yeah, we've got the typical 6 no mods, 3 hidden, 3 hard rocks, 3 DT, 4 DTs, and of course free mod in this one. 3 of those. Not too sure how long we're gonna be here before the match gets started. I assume if it's still the one rotation, it's not the best of threes, then the picks and bans should be done, right?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a tech issue going on right now. Might be something up, so I have to be just a little bit patient. Trying to get something fixed up right now, I think.
Wouldn't believe it, but 2 fire, what are they called? Like fire trucks just went past my house. It was pretty fun. Yeah.
I barely
So
heard it, to be honest.
a few technical difficulties are actually happening right now. Happens all the time, unfortunately. If you've been around the tournaments here and there, you know it isn't really up to us. It is kind of banjo, and sometimes it does take a while to get players loaded in. Super inconvenient, but unfortunately, there's no other way around it right now.
Yeah, it happens. It
happens.
happens. You were chatting about Kirby, though. I mean, they were doing very well, but last week they bumped into a pretty ridiculous team, to be honest, because they did lose the last match. They're in the losers bracket now because of that. They bumped into Team The, which is some pretty cracked reading players and some really good speed players as well. They
yeah,
outclassed, but
yeah, I saw that team, and it was one of the first things, of course, playing in the tournament we do is look at all the teams around us and have a look at, you know, where everyone stands. You've got the really outlying teams that are just, you know, SS tier players. They're going off, and then you're sort of figuring out where everyone's standing, what kind of matchups you're going to see in the good matches, and that would have absolutely been one of the closer matches of last week. As we sort of still in that early stage, you got the really high-ranked teams versus the low-ranked teams, but that match was, if it was and Kirby, that's this ranked 22 team versus the ranked 23 team, so definitely a close one. Could have gone either way, and it looks like the won it, so...
Sometimes the seedings can, you know, give you some pretty bonkers matches, though. We did see a couple last week. Recall, was it the N-Firms versus Godfield Gaming, which was a pretty ridiculous lineup. You know, Godfield Gaming's basically Japan OWC.
Japan OWC, yep, we love to see it.
And then the N-Firms is like just a team of tournament players. That was, for a round of 32, that was a pretty ridiculous matchup. It was a good game too, but...
for this weekend, we should start seeing quite a lot of these close matchups. I know in my team, for example, my captain has been howling us to play the pools and practice because it's gotten to that point already where the matchups are close, and a lot of these good teams, if they don't come prepared and, you know, the underdog comes ready, they can definitely take it on these pools and this early. Absolutely.
No, for sure. Like, I mean, I've played through the pool. I'd recommend you, mate. You might want to play like some of the reading maps in this pool because
yeah,
there's a few that are very, very unforgiving if you're sight reading. Like, I'm looking at stuff like the Take, the Nomad 6. Man, that is not a friendly sight read map at all. It destroyed me on first play.
Yeah, that looks... my favorite map pool slot's absolutely Nomad 6. It's just so... It's one of those slots that's just so fun to practice, and you see where you start and how you end after a bit of practice, so I'll absolutely get into some of that. I cannot wait. But yeah, the pools are always such a pleasure to play through because you can see, you feel how it's just mapped for a tournament, but at the same time it brings that just high quality mapping feel, you know? I love it.
Yeah, it's nice having, you know, such high production on the maps themselves. It makes the map pools quite special to play through because, you know, it's all handcrafted and there's just so much time got into it. It's fantastic, mate.
I'm super fortunate.
Sorry to cut in, but it looks like the first map was won by Team Kirby. Again, apologies, we can't bring you the match right now, but we're trying to get it held together the best we can. Looks like Kirby won the first map there, winning the... Which map was that? God. I'm going to check the background for this. Because I can't see the pic
already. A graphics error there with the win is a little bit over the free... I think it's not free mod. Can't just check.
It is free mod, yeah. It's free mod 3.
Yeah.
Free mod 3. So that was the low approach rate free mod pick.
And that was their pick. That was Moi's pick.
Yeah. Honestly, that's
getting a breakpoint.
It's a good pick, honestly, because I think Kirby banned low AR like every single time last couple games. I don't know why they didn't ban it now. Kind of strange, but
maybe alluding to the return of Tom Lowe, or who knows? But maybe the AR8's a little bit better this time around. We'll see. Actually, last week they were versing that super reading intensive team, so maybe about taking away some of the opponent's strengths. But here we go. Looks like I finally got some audio for it.
Oh, let's go.
And we're in. Sorry about the wait. We're about halfway through this map.
It's time to kick this off then, Monks. It's map 2.
And look at that. No other than MCY4 on the side of Kirby, pulling his team through with a huge combo to get us started.
This one's like high BPM aim, essentially. A high BPM aim, hidden pick, all the way.
Yep, this one, we can already see team advantage quite heavy on the side of Kirby. This was their pick. They did get the breakpoint at the start, so absolutely off to a great start. And MCY4 still holding that, breaking 1,000 combo now.
I think in terms of raw mechanics, Kirby are going to be hard to beat in this matchup. They do have the skill cap advantage quite heavily. But there are some gimmicks that do fall off on, I think.
Like, a lot of breaks happening on the side of Kirby. We've got really MCY4 dropping, so no huge combo, but 400k lead with 15% left, 25% left. It's looking grim for Moy.
MCY just getting the job done. But yes, the team advantage is still too strong. Colte keeping Anesthetic at bay. It's all on MCY, really. Fat combo that was.
Yeah, absolutely right there. And then he's been backed up by none other than Colte, so you've really got this duo package of strength on MCY4 and Colte on the side of Kirby, and we'll have to see who picks it up for Moy. It's such a hard name to say. I don't know if I want to say Moy or it's just not English.
I've just been going full in. I've been calling them moi, but
Moi.
Moi.
We'll have to ask the captain for that one. Moy.
Moi, yeah.
But that is going to go on the side of Kirby winning their own pick. So a nice 2-0 lead in this best of 11 series.
It's a fast 2-0 from Team Kirby, winning both of the first picks. So yeah, so far so good for Kirby. Winning the low AR as well is pretty big, considering they always ban it out. I don't think there's any other low ARs to come, so they don't have to worry about nicking another cheeky one on those.
I can't. I love how English you are, Dooms. Honestly, nicking another one of those. I love that. The English language. Yep.
Can't help it.
But yeah, we've got now that's both picks, and we had the 2 bans, of course, and getting into another Kirby pick. So Hard Rock 1 momentum fully in their favor here.
Yeah, into some more raw mechanics as well with the Hard Rock 1. Low BPM, wide spacing though on this. It's like really
That's what
slow,
you're going to see in the Hard Rock 1s, hey?
Properly slow. 172 BPM, which, you know,
quite a long one too.
Yeah, nearly 4 minutes. Nearly 4 minutes. Lots of wide angles. So even though it is Hard Rock 1 and it is mostly about aim, it's not. It's like gimmicky aim. I feel like the small circle size map in this pool is more Hard Rock 1-ish than this.
Oh, it's an aim Hard Rock. It's an aim height. I love that. That's one of my favorite things. Is when you're testing that precision on jump, it's a lot harder to, in my opinion, for me personally, it's a lot harder to aim jumps on high CS than it is to, you know, keep your cursor steady on the streams. So that's awesome. Last week, the 6.5 was quite a tough one. I'll have to say that. Of all the pool, I think the 6.5 was probably the hardest map last week. So no surprise to hear that for this one. Can't stop jamming my head. This song, it's actually good as. It's really nice.
So you gotta love a bit of song variety. Get some of that Disturbed in the sea of all the Japanese music.
I know, exactly. Yeah, that's another thing worth pointing out is I don't think there will be a single bad song. Everyone has their own taste, of course, but all the music has always been good in Corsace. I've got to say that.
Still not seeing anything from Hello Tom Lol yet, though. I don't know if you played the first map, but still waiting for that appearance.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to see Kirby. It looks like they're rocking an identical 4 for this map. I'm not too sure about Moy. I think there's a few roster swaps there, but familiar with a few of the names on both sides here. A few of these players playing in a lot of community tournaments. And Hard Rock 1, you're going to see this is MCY4 territory. He's very good at these Hard Rock picks, these DT picks, and Pedal and Colte as well. Interesting to see. The build-up on this song is ominous. It's a very slow start, so you're super nervous while playing this intro because you do not want to be the one to miss in the slow intros of maps.
It's a killer, that, especially on pools like this where maybe not so many misses will happen.
We've already seen an early break from Minami Kotori, so advantage, of course, Team Kirby. Pedal is going to, however, find a break and about evening things up. Minami is going to follow it, so we're definitely even now. Still anyone's map with about 25% through. Look at the accuracy on some of these players. We've got 99 on MCY4 Takanashi, and Abisetta's going to break on that square.
Just as it gets to the verse as well, that's brutal. Oh, there goes Amaseta. Oh.
Devastating for the side of Moy, as not a single player has held combo through this long intro, and just after the first jumps where you've got on the side of Kirby 3 FCs with 299%.
Showing great comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so, yeah, I can see what you mean now by these jumps. They're not your typical comfortable farmy style jumps. It's got that linear 1, 2, 3 anti-aim sort of style to it, so
it's slightly awkward. I mean, an AR10, not too bad, but yeah, it is there.
There goes Colte. And Pedal missed. I don't know how MCY4 hit that slider. He just barely hit it. And on the sides of Kirby, we've still got 2 FCs with really not any supporting combos on the side of Moy. It's just Abiseta and Amacetic. Everyone on that team nearing about the same score, just between that 200k to 300k range.
Yeah, those 2 FCs are just so big. I don't think Moi play a lot of Hard Rock. They didn't play any Hard Rock last week, and even though they're holding the run with the accuracy, and the combo is building back up, they could compete on some of the other Hard Rocks coming up. This is still pretty one-sided though.
We're seeing such a dominant performance on this Hard Rock there. MCY4 and Takanashi as this stream section begins. This one's definitely killing the nerves right now. If you're holding that FC and you haven't seen what the scores are like, you'd definitely be nervous. But MCY4 and Takanashi looking very nice. Still holding 99 even through that stream section. And really no one to match it. Abiseta is trying his hardest on the side of Moy, but seemingly
big accuracies, man. And the 2 FCs just showing so much comfort on this from Kirby.
Yeah, MCY4 and Takanashi looking good, and then the supporting combos, you get 630k on Colte, and there's MCY4 is gonna break, and so is Takanashi, so no FCs on the map. Still, nonetheless, gonna be sitting at a nice 99, about a mil, and that's gonna be a mil. They won by over 1 million points on that map, which is on an earlier stage a lot. So, pretty convincing win there for the side of Kirby.
Yeah, the ending wide angles taking out the FCs, but closest makes no difference. 1 million score from Takanashi Arco is pretty damn good. Just a really good team performance.
Yeah, that's definitely, now I look at that team, that is certainly a Hard Rock team. You see just comfortable act everywhere, and Pedal didn't have the greatest act, but he certainly put up a good enough score, and when you have team accuracy so high like that, it's very nice. Now we've got, of course, the 2 picks in a row from the side of Moy, so we need to see them steer some of this momentum in their ballpark.
Well, hopefully they'll be much more at home with their own picks, naturally. They do need it. Kirby are somewhat outclassing them at the moment.
Yeah, and having a look at that pick ban order, if you have a look, you see Hard Rock 3 ban from Moy and a Hard Rock 2 ban before the Hard Rock 1 pick from Kirby. So that was looking like a pretty reasonable pick if you're Kirby. They've banned both the other Hard Rocks, and now you've got one left. It's a pretty smart pick, and they certainly performed well in it. So seeing a lot of weakness on Moy on the Hard Rock. However, there are no more Hard Rocks left, and what we've got now is DT3, No Mod 2, DT1 into No Mod 3. So
there's no more free mod coming up either, so not having to go with the Hard Rock there either.
Yeah, we could certainly see this come back now. This is, you get 2 comfort picks in a row, and oh yeah, that's right. There was the off-stream free mod 2, I believe.
Yeah.
That's right. Apologies about that. There's
My mistake. Yeah, free mod 2 is coming up.
That. Free mod 2 is after No Mod 3, right? That will be Moy's pick. 1, 2, yep.
Well, that bodes well. If they need to go Hard Rock on that, they can cover that. And to be honest with you, the Hard Rock 1 was actually okay for them. You know, they had 2 players with low miscounts, good scores. So they can cover it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point. They don't have to all play Hard Rock. Only a few of them do, so. This is the first DT we've seen, and we actually saw DT2 banned from Kirby. So really looking like Moy have got the best chance to take a point on this map, in my opinion, because with the other team banning DTs and, you know, the momentum certainly in their favor, you need to bring it back here.
So DT3 is pretty much raw speed for the most part. Mild, awkward aim and speedy bursts. By the way, it looks like we're having to get the gaffer tape out again because we have a couple tech issues. We'll try and get those sorted for you. I imagine they're going to be kicking off DT3 around about now.
Yeah, looks like we were just having a bit of problem getting into it, but of course, hopefully it's working now as we get this solved. I believe this is the first streamed match of the weekend, right? So
it is.
Yeah, all the technical difficulties, get them out the way early, because we have a full weekend of matches for you this weekend.
It's the guinea pig game. Got to get things going with the evolution of our client. I think we're good to go, actually. Yeah, it's starting up right now, I think. Cavo's got it going. What a champ.
I really want to see what this map is too. The DTs are my specialty, so I really want to pay close attention to these maps and how they play. And yep, looks like we're getting in as the players load. Also, it looks like we didn't miss anything, and it's hard to say how many of these misses are client or how many of these misses are real because that intro just went off instantly.
Yeah,
we're seeing.
Might to get the moment to let that settle, I think.
Right, it did look all missable. We're going to see Colty go ahead and miss, so it's actually only 1 FC on the side of Kirby, and that's crazy because if you look at the combos on the side of Moy, they've got, it looks like 3 FCs and pretty much 4 FCs. I'm just going to call it 4, but it is a 90% score, so it's quite low.
Just don't miss. That's all you need.
Absolutely. It's on Nunty to not miss, actually, because I'm looking at the accuracies of all the teams, and it actually has changed quite significantly now, as it's My Angel and Apiceta is going to be the miss. Everyone's falling apart at the seams, Crazy and Colte as well, so it's about 2 to a piece now.
Even with the combo advantage, the accuracies are not letting Moa get very far away. They still have those FCs though.
We are sitting at about 95, and Amicetic's score is certainly huge here. He's the only one sitting on a comfy 97. No one on the side of Kirby really doing all too well on that side of accuracy. We'll have to see how this fares up. This is what they need for our Team Moy. They need a nice win here for some momentum. Oh, and no, Amicetic's going to miss on the free combo. It could be Bancho, but if that miss was real, that is devastating for the side of Moy.
I think it might be. Yeah, I think that is.
I think it was. We're really going to need to see a miss from Isaac Clark or MCY4 here now, or Nunty's going to have to seriously FC this map. MCY4 is absolutely in his element with Samoy getting another break and Anesthetic falling. There's no more combos on the side of Moy, and boy, is everyone on the side of Kirby just tearing this map up right now or what. They're all popping. There goes Clark.
There's a rough start from Kirby, but they've recovered nicely. Although those combos have gone, there's nothing on Moi to really combat that.
Gotta say, all the opportunity was there. We saw the two big combos from MCY4 and Isaac both break, and then their supporting combos came and, you know, helped them out when needed. But we didn't see that from the side of Moy. It really was Anesthetic and Nunti coming out of the gates pretty strong, and everyone kind of falling behind just a little bit here. But as far as map points goes, I think that's the closest one we've seen with about 400k difference. So
yeah, it is. Great recovery from Kirby. The accuracy is really saving them. I guess the DT prowess stepping in when it mattered there. Once they got a bit warm, I suppose. Got the flow
that
going.
intro, it really does just come out of nowhere. That was the first DT of the match as well, so understandably so. Just the first 10 seconds could definitely catch you off guard, especially with the client and having to wait if you had to wait. But we've got number 2, so they do have their pick again.
Yeah, the number 2 coming in. Actually, with you being the DT guy, what do you think of that DT3 after first seeing it?
That looked pretty damn fast if you ask me. That looked like the DT speed pick, with a bit of stamina in there, but it looked pretty damn hard. That Hard Rock one also looked pretty hard, but yeah, pretty great stuff if you ask me. It looked very nice. There was nothing too outlandish, no crazy sections or whatnot, so yeah, it looked like if you're a speed DT player, that's exactly what you want to be playing.
To break out the jackhammer. That 261 BPM.
Did you I was saying Corsace pools are like my favorite. They're so awesome, and I'm also have the luxury to play in the old map fantasy tournament as well. So I just have these 2 pools that are so fun to practice throughout the weeks. It's been awesome for me.
Polar opposites, those two. I'm playing in that tournament as well.
You are? Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Too, yeah.
How can I miss that? It's like my element, that when maps are just ancient.
It's a lot of fun, but it just goes to see it's so fun playing such a futuristic tournament where everything's mapped, you know, almost in the future, and then you're playing maps, you know, a decade old. It's very fun.
Yeah, but it's a really cool map pool. And even this tournament, even though it is very meta, it's, you know, we were talking about it earlier, the pools do feel like older pools in their formatting, so it's a bit different. But you have these high quality maps.
I played the last Corsace, and they do put in some of those old style maps later. They're not old, but you know, some of those free mods, you got like a bit of old style grid snaps in here and there. It's awesome. Here we go. This is Moy's pick. This is potentially the last pick of the matches. Kirby's got a strong 4-0 lead, and really now the pressure's on Moy to find something.
Yeah, the last one was close. This is also their pick, going for that 185 BPM stream pick. Very standard flow aim.
This CS looks quite low. I'm not sure if the last map was high, but oh my god. We're just straight into the streams. It's immediately a no mod 2.
It is slightly bigger circle size. Yes, 3.8.
And we're going to see a break from Nunti and Anesthetic. Fairly so. That stream looked intense, but no one on the side of Kirby broke, so they look pretty... This looks like one of the maps they were maybe picking. Wow, this map, Savage is going to break. Savage doing. Now it's all on Samoy to really 1v4 right now. Nunti and Anesthetic building up their combos, but we're going to need to see a team break from Kirby soon, as this map is quite long. Missing in the intro is not the end of the world.
The map winding down a little bit though, although it never really winds down fully. We did lose an FC, Isaac Clake.
Oh, crazy, just hitting that. Oh, and there we go, we're seeing the last FC from Moy gonna fall, but Anesthetic and Nunti have built up their combos. It's just that MCY4 terror on the side of Kirby, who always just seems to be holding combo right when he needs to be. Also backed up by X Crazy with a nice, just under 99 there, and honestly, the score lead isn't too high at all. It's only about 140k. If we see MCY4 drop or crazy, it's definitely doable. As a few more breaks on the side of Moy, Anti and
No,
Samui.
they're both gone on Moy.
And that's the
both
big
gone.
combo as well. And MCY4 just looks so comfortable right now. We did miss the break from Crazy there, but Colte and Isaac Clark have found their rhythm and are back.
The MCY is just so big. Every match I've seen so far, he has been the MVP across the match. So you mentioned it. He's always got it when he needs it.
Absolutely right. And this map looks super tough. As really Salvaju, it's a 400k lead. It's not a lot if Kirby happened to all crumble, but with how MCY4 is just playing the map, it looks like bread and butter for him. And on the side of Moy, that's it. Just Amacetic now, and unfortunately it's not going to be enough. He can't make up 500k on his own, especially when you've got the hero of MCY4 still.
Oh, never mind.
I take full responsibility for that one, because that looked like the easiest stream of the map. Just the easiest part. No.
He blinked.
Isaac Clark,
that was his problem.
Yeah, it was probably a blink there. Isaac Clark is, however, another terror. On the side of Kirby, you've just got two really, really high scores, and on the side of Moy, it's really no one breaking that 500k point yet. Amacetic might get there, but looks like we've got quite a few 600s and a 700 as well on the side of Kirby's. It's going to be all she wrote at this point.
Honestly, that's a really good play from Isaac Clark. I mean, with the break, sure, but the accuracy, holding the accuracy really well. Just a couple of small misaims. It's a good play by him.
Damn, that was super close on those last two maps. Were definitely doable for Moy, but unfortunately for them, they're going to be sent packing. As I believe that was a losers bracket match as well, right? So
yeah, it was. So Team Moi are heading out. The Finnish team giving it a go, but Kirby are just too strong. They are going to march on.
Yeah, it would be MCY4's. He's definitely capable of carrying his nation when it comes to OWC. So these early groups and some of these matches, he's certainly capable and ready to do what he has to do. And we saw it on show today. He just put on a clinic for that team.
Yeah, up to this point, he has been the MVP for Team Kirby. Still no appearance from Hello Tom lol. He's still biding his time. Really setting up that comeback.
Yeah, it's something I hope we see, and I hope, he's not injured or can't play. It's just he's not out yet. I really hope we get to see some of him.